Welcome to the Government News Brief. It is Friday, September 30, 2016. In the news, traditional high crime cycle broken, Public Health Ministry doing more breast cancer screening, and truancy rate decreasing. Stay tuned for the details. Thank you for staying with us. I am Renetta Lafleur. Now for the details. The Guyana Police Force has been able to break the traditional spike in serious crimes that occurs during the August vacation. Tiffany Rodius has the details.
Police analysis shows that during August 1 to September 15, there is usually a spike in serious crimes. Acting Police Commissioner David Ramnarine announced today that the Guyana Police Force has managed to prevent this spike in 2016.
This year, we are pleased to inform you and the public that there was no spike this year. In fact, we had a 28% decrease for that period in serious crimes. 1st August 2016 to 15 September 2016 compared to the same period last year.
In 2015, crimes during this period increased by 21% when compared to 2014. Ramnarine says the positive results this year are due to good law enforcement practices by the police force. He noted, however, that the public may not be aware of the reduced crime rate. The acting commissioner called for the support of the public.
I fully understand that some people say there's a dark side of crime. I can understand, and we all appreciate that perception is 9/10 of reality. Okay? There is a perception, a little perception out there. But I think some people are taking the perception too far to say that, oh, there's a crime situation. No matter what they say, there's a crime situation.
As of September, serious crimes across the country are down by 19%. For the Government News Brief, I'm Tiffany Rogers.
The Ministry of Public Health is calling on women to get screened for breast cancer. More in this Namila Henry report.
Early detection of cancer improves the chances of survival. If you're a woman, you need to be aware of a number of risk factors.
The risk factors are just being a woman puts you at a higher risk. However, men can also be affected with it. Women of higher age group, 45 and above, are at a higher risk of breast cancer. Women that only have 2 children and less are at a higher risk. Women that have a first-line family member with breast cancer, that increases their risk as well. Also, if you have your period before 12 years of age, or if you have menopause after 55 years.
International Breast Cancer Awareness Month will be observed from October 1st. Medical Officer of the Oncology Department of the Georgetown Public Hospital, Dr. Latoya Gooding, says the Ministry of Public Health is working towards early detection so as to better treat cases of breast cancer.
We're trying to do more screening, more breast cancer awareness, so the persons, if you're diagnosed with it, it will be in an early stage.
The ministry intends to roll out a number of screening and other awareness activities throughout the country during the month of October.
We are planning to do some outreaches across Guyana. We're planning on targeting the 4 main regions, that is Linden, Berbice, Essequibo, and right here in Georgetown. So for the 9th of October, we'll be in Linden on the Linden Highway. The 16th of October will be at Port Morant, Berbice. On the 23rd, we'll be at Charity in Essequibo. And on the 30th here, we'll be doing the outreach right at Georgetown Public Hospital.
The launch of Breast Cancer Awareness Month of activities is scheduled for Saturday, October 1st at the Presidential Park, Merriman's Mall. For this Government News Brief, Namila Henry Rowe.
Minister within the Ministry of Communities, Valerie Patterson, says squatting is a hindrance to development and must be contained. Kidaki Amsterdam tells us more.
Minister with responsibility for housing, Valerie Patterson, says persons squatting on state reserves are preventing major infrastructural works from being done. There are more than 700 squatters in the city and its environs.
We have to bring order to Georgetown. We have to clean up because it is difficult for D&I Ministry of Public Infrastructure. It's virtually impossible for them to go in there to do any kind of cleaning of those canals, to even do any repair to the roads.
Patterson says while many of the persons squatting on state reserves are victims of circumstance, There are others who are simply profiteering, and this will be dealt with sternly.
I've also found out that some of these squatters already have lands that they rent out. They build and rent to other people. So they're living on the reserve or the dam, and they're earning income from renting. I mean, that is ridiculous. Those people who are doing that will have no mercy on them.
The minister is of the view that some of the squatting areas were allowed to deteriorate to the state they are in. She said much could have been done earlier to curtail the situation. The minister is encouraging those who are squatting on reserves to take the necessary steps to become regularized.
Go, get a form, fill it, get into the system. There's no other way we can give you a house lot or a housing unit if you're not in the system.
The Department of Housing is currently in discussions with Habitat for Humanity and Food for the Poor to find affordable housing solutions for squatters in keeping with government's trust of developing holistic housing solutions for citizens. Kidaki Amsterdam for Government News Brief.
Truancy rate is decreasing. A new approach in the Ministry of Education's truancy campaign is helping. Isaiah Braffett tells us what is being done.
Operation CARE has replaced truancy campaigns and it has shown results. CARE stands for Collect, Advise, Respond and Educate, and the campaign is designed to help children and their families. Chief School Welfare Officer Gillian Vivaus says the Ministry's School Welfare Department is carrying out Operation CARE campaigns once a week in all the regions. She says the campaigns are guided by the monthly school attendance reports submitted to the office.
Each month, all schools would submit an absent report for all the children who would have absent for at least 5 times for the month. When we would have received those reports, we would actually send out warning letters to those parents and also inviting them to the school's welfare department so that we can discuss what are the reasons for the absences.
Vivaus says that if the parent fails to show, the department will visit the home, accompanied by a representative from the Ministry of Social Protection and the Guyana Police Force. She explained that the role of the police is for protection.
I can remember we had one case in Region 5 whereby a parent was brought before the court because the parent attacked the welfare officer. So on those campaigns, we would carry the police officers for protection. The teachers will go along with us sometimes just to identify the household where we can visit to make our various inquiries.
The Ministry of Social Protection is included to address socio-economic issues that may be preventing the children from attending school. According to Vivaus, the School Welfare Department has been visiting homes and conducting weekly checks on bus parks and market areas in Georgetown and Region 6. Vivaus says that the checks of the bus parks and market areas have also contributed to the decline in truancy. Isaiah Braffett for the Government News Brief.
There may be light at the end of the tunnel for those residents who do not have access to electricity. Sonika Thorne has the details.
Chief Executive Officer of the Guyana Power and Light, Renford Homer, says the power company is moving to provide electricity to unserved areas. He says the power company is implementing a program that will see a number of communities accessing electricity for the first time.
We also have in our development expansion plan, we also have a number of areas that we also plan to energize. And that runs over, our D&E plan runs over a 5-year program, but there are some areas that we would expect to be bringing relief to well within that time.
The acting CEO explains that 51 communities were identified in the power company's development plan. That information, he says, was shared with the government and works will soon begin in the communities.
One that comes quickly to mind is Yarra Cabra. A second one, you have Mariah's Lodge. There's a Friendship Housing Scheme. You have the, I think there's the new Savannah Housing Scheme. I'm just, as they come to me, but these are stretched across, between Molson Creek coming all the way to Charity.
Works are expected to begin next month and will last for approximately 3 to 4 years, Homer says.
GPL has had many challenges and a number of complaints over the years. The 2016 national budget provides $550 million to address some of these challenges. For the Government News Brief, Sinika Thorne reporting.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. There is an annual campaign to increase awareness of the disease. While most people are aware of breast cancer, many forget to take the steps to have a plan to detect the disease in its early stages. The Ministry of Public Health and GINA encourage you to get screened for breast cancer. Watch out in the media for dates and venues to get screened and encourage others to do same. That has brought us to the end of today's edition of the Government News Brief. The details of these and other stories can be found on GINA's website. GINA has an active Facebook page and we encourage you to visit and like us so you can be informed as the news unfolds. Do join us again on Monday for another edition of the Government News Brief. Until then, I am Renetta LaFleur. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend.